Hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you for tuning in for our webinar today. My name is Yasmin and I'm the marketing manager at Cention. Here at Cention, we assist businesses to meet their customer service goals through an omni-channel solution. Today's webinar will be about the three key elements to elevate customer experience by our very own business manager, Vera.
Well, thanks Yasmin. Thanks for joining us, guys. Really happy to see those who have joined us today. I'm really excited about today's session. So let's get right in. Right. So today we're going to talk about key elements that elevates customers' experience. We also would go through in this webinar how Cention addresses these elements. So we're going to see how the product, how Cention works in action. But at the same time, I would also want you guys to go through this with me, thinking from a customer's shoe. I'm sure we have our favorite brands, products. There are some brands that we avoid. There's some brands that we are a big fan of. So I would want you guys to think from a customer's point of view, because aren't we all customers? So before I go right in, I also came across an article which was published sometime during the lockdown, the study about the direct effects of brands, trust, and customer experience. I think it's pretty obvious that with positive and strong customer experience, your customer would have a better trust and they build better relationship and a better experience while using your products and services. So let's go through a little background. I just wanted to cover a little bit about our team here at Cention. We have been solving customer service's biggest challenges for the past 20 years. We've been helping our customers to build beautiful relationship with their customers. So we have a great deal of experience behind our backs. These are some of the channels that we offer to our customers. So these touch points are then consolidated into Cention. We'll check them out shortly, how it looks like. So basically, these touch points, when customers reach out for support or wish to know more about your products and services, Cention is able to capture interactions across all of these. So we're talking about YouTube comments, Facebook comments, Messenger, WhatsApp, chat widget, voice call, video calls, you name it. So let's get to the part with our first element where we're talking about securing your customers' interaction. So it's really important that we secure customers' interaction. You keep your customers' data safe. So Cention provides an environment where your customers can communicate with you in a secure manner. So that means we know which agent worked on a particular case, when did the customer reach out to us. So we kind of reduce the risk of compromising your customers' data. So let's have a look at Cention here. We are looking at a consolidated view where Cention is consolidating all of these interaction into one. I'm opening up an email here. So here we can see we have an audit log of how the customer's journey, basically, when the customer emailed us, which agent was the one who interacted with this customer, who opened this email or who worked on this email, for example, and the time and some sort of that. So we also have audit logs to capture all of these interaction. Our enterprise customers love this, because with this audit log, you have a log of people working on cases, so that you are on top of every interaction your customer reaches out to you. Well, moving on, omnichannel isn't only about receiving interactions from all channels. It is also about responding back. So in this example here, it's a call that I received from a customer. So if, let's say, the customer requires me to send a document, I could just switch from voice to email, as you can see here. So it's just within one click of a button, so that I'm able to send the customer the document that they requested. So once we choose email, we go ahead and browse for an attachment, and send it to the customer. So this is what we call as frictionless, and you get to change the medium of how the customer wishes to interact with us. So this could be calls, switching to emails. It could be WhatsApp switching to calls. So that's kind of what omnichannel means. So moving on to our second element here, we are talking about tools or functions within Cention that would empower or help your team to bridge a closer relationship with customers. So one of the tools that we have is our built-in CRM function, which is contact cards. So contact card gives us a holistic view, or how we would like to call it, a 360-degree view of all customers' interaction into a single view. So we're talking about we are looking at an email here. So I'm working on this email, and with the click of a button on the top left corner, I can see there were past interactions this customer had. So I can see here the open cases the customer has with us. So we look at history. These are the past closed cases, and these are the cases that are acquired by me as the agent. So I'm going to take the chance to go ahead and help the customer with their existing open tickets. Since I already have the customer with me now, I'm going to go ahead and proactively go ahead and help the other open tickets. So I just click on them and hit acquire. So now we can see at the bottom of the page that instead of working on one ticket, we are working at multiple tickets at the same time. So this is originated from the same customer. If they have multiple open tickets remaining in the system, we can go ahead and acquire them with a single click and work on them simultaneously. So the contact card also has other important details. Let's look into how the other type of view it has. So we are looking at a contact card, an expanded version. If I click on this button here, I can see the number of open and closed tickets. So if I click on unanswered, I can see the number of unanswered ticket this customer has, so that I'm able to help the customer, whatever open cases that they have. I can add in additional info here. Like for example, if the customer has a second email address, I can put it here, or another phone number, I can insert them here. So this means each time the customer interact with us, no matter which channel they come from, we have a holistic view of the customer so that we know what are the tickets that they worked on, what transpired between the customer and the previous agent. And this avoids customer from repeating themselves if they need help from a open ticket. So contact card is a pretty powerful tool that we have. We also can integrate with your existing CRM applications, like for example, Microsoft Dynamics. So whatever information that are available there could be pushed and pulled into Cention, so that the person who's handling the customer's request is on top of every information about the customer. So there are a few other functions here. We have another really interesting tool which routes or automates a ticket to an agent directly. So for example, someone reaches out for general inquiry. So Cention is able to go through the ticket or the email using keywords and assign to the right team so that they can start helping the customer right away. So skill-based errand routing, I would say is one of the fastest way that customer service department can help customers, so that each cases are routed correctly to the right team and respond to them within a timely manner. So talking about timely manner, Cention also enables you to configure SLAs or expiry time, because sometimes we have a turnaround time. Let's say you would want your customers to be replied within a day or two. So here we can see that here it's pretty easy to configure how when you would want to warn, let's say a ticket is about to expire. So in this example that we can see, there's a general expired time of I would say 2 days. So you would want to have a warning within a day or lesser. So what Cention does is it reminds or it populates a notification to team leaders or managers indicating that this ticket is about to expire. Again, staying proactive to help customers' need is a great way to build great relationship. So you can get back to customers within a timely manner. So moving on, we have another really interesting tool. I would say it's one of our unique selling point, collaboration. So there's a saying, customer service is not a department, but customer service is an attitude. We truly believe in that. We double down on that. So collaboration feature allows your external team members to jump in and get involved in assisting customer and helping them if they need an assistance. Well, we're looking at an example here where a customer purchased our services and would like to enroll in our upcoming newsletter. So this email is a customer reaching out, and I, as an agent, picked up this email. So obviously I'm not able to enroll the customer into the newsletter, so I need my external team members, the marketing team in this case, to help me enroll this customer into our latest newsletter. So here we can choose collaborate, and we can choose from an address book, so we could predefine who are we collaborating with. But for this case, I'm just going to type in the email address. So once typing in the email address, we can put in the intent of what are we going to collaborate about. So I'm just going to type here, please sign up this customer into our latest newsletter. So once I hit send, this collaboration is then initiated out. So if you pay attention to the middle of the screen, we can see there's a collaboration window populated. And if we break it down further, we can see what time and when this collaboration was sent. So again, I can get timestamps from here for audit purposes so that you can really identify where is the bottleneck in your process. So it's that easy. I can get my external team to involve in helping customer with their requests. So this gives you a better turnaround time, a better experience, and a better customer satisfaction as well. So another cool feature that we have, it's called tagging. So tagging helps you to compartmentalize all of your customers' interaction. So for example, let's take a look at a ticket here. I'm opening up a email. So as I'm handling this case, I'm using the previous email as example. Customer wishes to enroll into our newsletter. So our tagging function here enables us to choose which tag so that we know what are the nature of this interaction. In contact center, we call them disposition. So we put in tags like after sales or marketing or product A, for example. So that at the end of the day or at the end of the month, when you look at the data, you know what are the interactions that you're receiving. What are the type of communications? Are we talking about complaints? Are they general inquiries? So that you are very much on top of every customer's interaction. This is really useful because it helps you to identify trends. Because if, let's say, in the past week, if you run a report on how many tags that you have, and if you see there's an increase in complaint and increase in complaint in product A, for example, then you can go ahead proactively help and work with your product team to improve the product and why your customers are complaining about, so that you sort of solve the issue that has been raised. So you can identify trends that are useful to enable and offer a great customer experience. Well, moving on to our last element here, this would be one of my favorite, I would say. Our reporting function is, it's pretty detailed, and with statistics, you can actually deploy the right, I would say, formula in approaching your customer service strategy. So statistics gives you an insight to customers' behavior so that you can improve on customers' experience. So you can actually look at each interaction in numbers. Like example I mentioned earlier, you can see how many complaints that were coming in, how many of those complaints were answered within the first try, how many of those complaints were escalated, for example. So statistics gives you a very detailed view. I'm just going to focus on important statistics. I'm just going to focus on the average handling time, for example, because it's really important for us to know how long customers spend time with us. So average handling time gives us an insight on the time taken for customers to need support from beginning till the end. So in this statistics report, we can choose the date range. In this case, I'm going to choose year to end for 2022. We can choose the agent types or the user types. Are we going to focus on a certain department? Are we going to focus on the agents or the marketing teams or individuals? Next, once your preset is loaded, you can go ahead and the report is made available. You can also see how well the chatbot is performing. So I know the chatbot is spending a lot of time on WhatsApp, for example. Here we are looking at a particular agent. This agent where it's broken down with channels. So I know this user who's handling multiple channels, how long they're spending on average talking to customer on each channel. So it's broken down to smaller and smaller bits so that you can have a better strategy or plan an improvement for your team and individuals. So moving on, once you have generated this report, you could also filter them down. Let's say in this case, I want to just focus on email, Instagram, and WhatsApp. So just by clicking some of these buttons here, I can filter them down so that I can focus on the channels that I want to focus on, so that I know what are the interactions like for these. You can easily export this into Excel, or you can schedule it as well. Like for example, if you have a weekly team meeting every Monday, so you can choose here every Monday and choose a time. And you can also choose the channels that you want to focus, or all the channels. So next, once you've done this, you can choose whether you want to choose a particular area or a group. And next, you can put in the email address of the recipients. So these recipients would then receive this automated report every Monday at 12 a.m. So yeah, this report is pretty comprehensive. It gives you a better insight to your customer's journey. Our reporting tool is also dynamic enough to allow you to create reports based on your business needs. So we have hundreds of over reports, predefined reports, but there are also sections where you can create your own dashboard so you can look at trends that are relevant to your brand and your customers. We capture agents' activity to a detailed extent. Like for example, we can capture how productive your agents are, whether you are understaffed or you have too many staff, or do you have enough people working in your department. So the dashboard allows you to stay on top of your team's performance as well. And this in result would improve your customers' turnaround time and their experience when they reach out to you for assistance. Well, I said there are 3 elements. I have a bonus one for you guys. This is a 4th. It's about our knowledge base tool. So the knowledge base tool it bridges, let's say if you have new hires in your team, so it bridges the knowledge between new hires and senior hires. It's a place or a tool where your team can access and to view what are the knowledge base available so that they can help customer immediately. This knowledge base tool is also important because it can be pointed externally, like on your website, for example. This would improve customers' experience because they have self-service referral point. So if let's say customer want to explore a solution by themselves, let's say if they need to know how to register for your upcoming newsletter, knowledge base could have those information and customers can access those information. So there's this really nice book about the great customer service revolution by John DeJulius. So they talk about, in this book, they talk about giving customers what they want before they ask. So knowledge base does that internally by agents and externally through customer self-service. So that's pretty much it for those key elements. I hope I covered some points here. And let me know if you guys have any questions. You guys know where to send it. And back to you, Yasmin.
Thank you, Vera. That was a great sharing session. So now let's take some time for questions. Over to you, Vera.
Yeah, we had a couple of questions coming in throughout the weeks of leading up to today's webinar. We had a couple of questions coming in about asking about our reporting tool, our collaboration. So I've listed down the top 3, I would say top 2 most frequently asked questions. So one of the interesting one is what type of agent reports can we see in Cention? Really nice questions. Thanks for sending in. So we provide reports for you to see agents' activity, like for example, what time did they log in, what time did they log out, how long they have been in a productive state, for example, how long they have been on break. This would be ideal if, let's say, you have customer service agents or marketing team working from home, because with Cention's real-time dashboard, you can monitor your team's performance. I know some of our customers, they use our agent statistics to provide appraisal for their customer service agents. I'm sure your customer service agents who are top performing customer service agent deserve a raise, don't they? There's also another reporting where it calculates the utilization of agents so that you know whether you're underutilizing or overutilizing your agents, giving you statistics to plan out your human capital when it comes to deploying live agents for your contact center. Another interesting question about tags. I covered tags earlier about dispositioning each cases as they come along. So there's tags where there's a question where do we have limit with our tags? So the short answer is no, we don't have. It's unlimited tag. We also have an hierarchy tag. That means you can drill deeper down. For example, if a customer calls in on a complaint, you can put a tag for complaint. And the second hierarchy of that tag would be for which product. Let's say complaint, product A module 1. So that'll be the third level. So we go through hierarchy so that you actually get into the smallest of the details so that you know exactly what is the nature of the customer's interaction. Another question about collaboration, our really famous unique selling point. So collaboration, do external team require licenses in collaboration? So again, no, you don't. So collaboration initiates out within the same ticket, initiates out a request to an external team to help to contribute in solving customers' questions. So collaboration can be received by users who are using Outlook, Google Mail, or in fact another tool, as long as they have an email or Microsoft Teams or other collaborative tools. Cention is able to bridge this to your external team so they can contribute using Cention. It's a great tool. It helps you save costs, so you don't need so much licenses. The licenses is utilized by those who interact with customers, and those external team can be replying from wherever they are replying from. So it's a pretty great tool. I have other great questions. I think probably those questions can be addressed, including knowledge base, which I covered earlier in our upcoming webinar. So you know where to drop in your questions. Keep them coming. Thanks, guys. Back to you, Yasmin.
Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you being here. If you have any more questions, please do not hesitate to drop us an email, or you can visit our website using the QR code we provided on the screen. Thanks again for joining us today, and we will see you all next time. Take care, guys.